If you have found yourself here, I thank you deeply for trusting yourself, your intuition, whatever pulled you here, and for trusting that and choosing that. I wanted to record this because for what I'm about to share, I want you to feel the energy that's going to be in the room, because primarily what we're working with is the power of bringing our presence to the aliveness of life. And so what I can share with you through experience is going to give you way more than I can share through words alone. So I'm going to ask you to take a moment right now to land with me in the present moment. And provided you're not operating any heavy machinery or driving a vehicle, I'd love you to just drop in. Feel your breath. Close your eyes if that feels good for you. You can lower your gaze or blur your vision. But just notice the temperature of your body. Any sounds in the environment. The quality of the air on your skin. The feeling maybe of your hair or your clothes on your body. And the weight of your bones receiving gravity. Taking a breath into your belly all the way to the top. And exhaling, letting it all go. Any tension be melted on the exhale. And I'd love you to marinate here while I talk, because it doesn't take long to arrive back in the present moment, back in your seat. And from here, there is truly everything for us. There is possibility. There is choice. That feeling of lightness and heaviness, of expansiveness, that's accessible to you all the time. But we're not always here because our lives do not cultivate the kind of environments that allow us to practice this, to be in this state. And what's more is, in your mission, in your art, in whatever you're creating in the world, in the moments that it matters most is the moment that we leave this place. It's when the stakes are high, when we feel that we're about to share something that feels like a deep truth, or you're about to hit record, or you're about to step towards the very thing that you know that you are here to do, and yet it scares you deeply. That is the moment that we leave. And just take a moment. Are you still in your seat? Check in with yourself. Can you still feel the room? Can you still feel yourself? Because again, everything you need is in your seat. And I'm opening a space for this practice, exactly this. A space where we get to not only refine the skill and the art of returning to our seat and deeply embodying that feeling, the essence of who we truly are, but also practice the returning to the seat through moments that feel that the stakes are higher. Because often in our healing journey, we practice these things in safe spaces. We do these things in places that are supportive to us being in our seat. But life doesn't work that way. Life wants to come at us, and it wants to move us. It wants us to meet it with full presence. And so this space is almost like a bridge between that safety of the healing space and the wildness of life itself, by recreating moments of high stakes, of high visibility, so that you can receive that direct feedback and knowing of exactly the moment that you leave your seat. And so there will be no workbooks, no theory, no hypothetical situations. It will be not like many other workshops you have been in, because this is the real-time moment. This is the go time practice. Because from this place, that is where your leadership becomes magnetic. It becomes effortless. You can impact people with just your presence alone. And you get to create from so much joy and possibility and awareness and aliveness. And I've created this space because this has been my work. I have been steeped in this for more than 10 years, practicing the art of returning to myself and seeing, like most importantly, seeing all the ways that I've left myself, and cultivating that ability to come back again and again and again and again, even when things felt threatening or dangerous. And it's been my work for the last 4 or 5 years, helping hundreds of clients do this exact work. But what happened recently for me was a workshop that I delivered with an arts institution, with artists and their development of themselves and of their expression. And what happened in the room was like nothing I've experienced before. The transformation was palpable in the air. The shifts that people felt were so tangible. And I am deeply desiring to recreate that and to be back in that room again and keep delivering these results for people, because I feel fundamentally this is what we need in the new world. We need people who are deeply aware, deeply able to take self-accountability for their own world and their own power, and to meet life from this place where it feels abundant and alive and joyful and full of creative possibility. I will be sharing details with you in the next few days. I thank you so much if you are still listening, because it is my deep desire to help shift the needle in some way, shape, or form in the expansion of humanity's consciousness. And I look forward to being in touch with you in the next few days with the full details of what that space is.